What's up, world? Thanks for checking out your favorite review blog, Roast Boast. I'm your host, Joy, and tonight for dinner, we are having pasta with mussels and white clam sauce. So let's get right into it, and I'm going to show you just what we're using. We got private selection mussels. I added butter. We're going to have some Progresso white clam sauce. Of course, our noodles to make the pasta. So follow along, and bon appetit. Cut into these. Now, folks, you're going to add your mussels. Those are pretty cold. On medium low. A little sprinkle of the Red Lobster seasoning. Then the Chef Marito's lemon pepper. Now, I don't really gotta do it like this, but you know, I don't really trust the seasoning that they put on it on their own, so I do. It's almost the end of this one. Here. It's one of my favorites, Chef Marito's lemon pepper. I got this from Smith's or Kroger's. I don't know if this is everywhere, but if it is and you see it, get it. Garlic powder. This one is smidge and spoon. Nothing special, just some garlic powder. And I got the smidge and spoon onion powder. Sprinkle that on there. I usually, I'm not a big drinker, but every now and again I try to indulge. I've had this little bottle of rosé wine, this Woodbridge, for like months. So I just use it to cook with. So I put like maybe a capful in my mussels. You know, add a little flavor. So I'm gonna find me a top in here. Okay, large enough to cover, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, I'm back. I had to take a little intermission. Quick question with my husband. Okay, so I put the onion powder and the garlic powder, and I put like a cap full of rosé wine in there, and my stove is down to about a 3, so I'm gonna let that simmer for maybe 15 minutes because they were frozen when I began. So now what I'm gonna do though, what am I eating with these, right? Okay, so I found these sweet potato glass noodles. I'm not real sure what they taste like, so I'm going to cook these, but just in case I don't really particularly care for the taste, right? I got these vermicelli noodles, the Kroger, or I don't know if I should use the Barilla thin spaghetti. Maybe the vermicelli. It's really the same thing. Basically, it's just thin spaghetti noodles. So I'm gonna get my pot and my water together for that. What am I going to coat the noodles with? Woo! This is one of my favorite like sauces. I don't know if you're supposed to just eat this as a soup or whatever, but like I put this Progresso white clam sauce on my seafood pasta dishes when I'm not a big fan of like marinara, although I do like the red clam sauce. This one is white clam sauce. So white garlic herb clam sauce. It is really good. Hi, Mama's on. Yes. So I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna coat my noodles with this. Okay. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back because I'm gonna get my pot together and everything. Be back in like 30 seconds. So I got a pretty large pot. So I didn't really put a whole lot of water in there because the pot's so big, right? I don't need all that. But for the larger pot though, I'm gonna put my vermicelli noodles in there because these are the ones that we prefer. So we're gonna give these sweet potato glass noodles a try. For all I know, these might be bomb.com. So I'm gonna put these in a smaller pot, just so that I don't mess my dinner up with some new noodle that might be, sometimes noodles can like texturally not be that great, and sweet potatoes aren't really usually my noodle preference. And then when they say glass noodles, typically glass noodles can like overcook and be a little like in your mouth. So let me get this together. And once that water starts boiling, I'm gonna add those noodles and we'll be right back. All right, so I got my spice swirled minced garlic, and while the water is boiling, it hasn't yet started boiling, I'm gonna take maybe a half a teaspoon of the garlic, and I'm going to add that to my mussels. Is my little spoon here. So I'm gonna add this to my mussels. Let me get you in a place to see. Okay, so your mussels will slowly open up for you. Okay, so don't worry about, oh my goodness, how am I gonna get these things open? If you're unfamiliar, if this is your first time, the private selection makes it very easy for you to just take them out of the packaging and add them to your pan and put a little zest seasoning, however you decide. Or maybe you decide you don't want to put anything extra on there, you want to just eat them as they come. They are pretty well put together in that packaging. But just so you know, I always like to add a little extra flavor to mine. All right, so let's get this together so we don't have another like spill. Okay. All right, so now my water is boiling. So the vermicelli says about 6 to 7 minutes when you boil it, and the sweet potato glass noodles also say 6 minutes. So I'm going to get these open, and I'm going to put the vermicelli in first. Actually, let's do those first because that extra 1 minute makes a difference. So I've already used out of this package. Okay, so I take my noodles and I typically break them in half because who needs like to slurp all that noodle down their throat? So I'm going to add that to the water. So get you some tongs. I prefer the ones with the silicone on the edge because I don't like scratching up my pans or my pots, and this makes it easy to manipulate your noodles because sometimes they get stuck together if you don't put a little drop of oil in your water. Okay, so now let's get these glass noodles open. All right, got my kitchen shears here, and let's see. Ooh, take a look. Yes. You see that? We're gonna add that to the water. We'll be right back. All right, folks, I've gotten these sweet potato noodles out of the package. Look how neat they have these put together. You can just kind of slide this off of here like so. And the noodles, take a good look at the texture. They're translucent. We're gonna add those to the water. I'm gonna just toss all of those in. All right, take a look. We got the vermicelli and those sweet potato glass noodles. Everything is cooking well. Let's take a good look. Ooh, look, would you look at that? Now, take a good look at the glass noodles. Okay, those look like glass noodles. I'm a little excited. I have about 2 minutes or so left. I've turned off my vermicelli because I cooked those a little bit before the glass noodles. So I'm going to drain these vermicelli noodles and give these a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to prepare my clam sauce. Alright, so we got our noodles, we got our colander. So we're going to pour the vermicelli, let that drain, and then I'm going to literally take the noodles, shake off the water, and pour them back into the pots. Go get the other pot of noodles. So, we got our sweet potato noodles. We're going to pour them into the colander. Let those drain. Give it a good shake. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Pour them back right into the pots they were in. Now let's get ready for that white clam sauce, baby. Now for our white clam sauce. So get you a can opener, twist and twist. So I'm gonna cook mine in a separate pot. Usually I would just kind of mix it in with my noodles, but because I'm using 2 separate noodles today, I'm gonna give this like a different little thing I got because I want to be able to taste each noodle. Now my clams, take a looky. Yes. Can you see how they've pretty much opened up? At this point they're just simmering on the lowest setting because I want them to be good and hot. Okay. Yes, so let's simmer this white clam sauce, add a little salt and a little pepper to it, and give it a few minutes to simmer. And then we're gonna mix it with our noodles and add our clams. So we'll be right back. All right, so everything is ready. My mussels, my white clam sauce, my noodles. At first I was like, I could make separate dishes, but then I'm like, why go through all those changes? I'm just gonna mix the vermicelli with the sweet potato glass noodle for plating purposes so that it can stay cute, right? So I'm gonna get my plates together and I'm gonna plate this, and hopefully the noodles, I know that my vermicelli is good, but hopefully those sweet potato noodles will add an extra little touch to my white clam sauce. So let's see how this goes, how my husband likes it. All right, folks, here is the final. So we got our mussels, our noodles. The glass noodles are typically really glassy, so they're in there. I'm gonna go serve this beautiful plate to the king of the castle. Thanks for checking me out. Peace.